right, will vaccines mask Afghanistan, the U.S. border crisis? What do all these issues have in common? They show how America is deeply divided. That's according to speakers at Missouri Western today. The university's annual ceremony on critical issues, or convocation, centered on understanding what's been dividing us and recommends ways to unite us.
Missouri Western students and people from the community filing into the gym, there to listen to Speaker Arthur Brooks, a Harvard professor and former head of conservative think tank.
I thought Dr. Brooks did such a lovely job of reminding us what it means to be humans, what it means to be respectful of one another. I look forward to walking out of the facility today and sharing a little bit of his thought process.
Brooks says the pandemic should have united the nation, but we continue to let things divide us.
It's endangering the health and future of our country. It's effectively putting our country into a downward spiral.
University leaders say they chose Brooks because he has ideas on how to combat the greatest threat facing our country: division, tribalism, and identity politics.
If I ask people, for example, what's the biggest threat in America today? A majority of Americans, both Democrat and Republican, will say people from the other party. That's insane. That is insane.
Brooks argues that our political leaders and media have failed us, sowing division, calling for contempt, and driving us further apart.
People actually locally love people with whom they have differences, and in theory, hate them.
And he says that doesn't mean that you can't debate or that you have to avoid all political topics.
And that doesn't mean getting along, that doesn't mean agreement. We don't need to agree more, we need to disagree. We don't need to disagree less, we need to disagree better.
He says disagreeing better is by actively finding people with wildly different beliefs than you, showing them love and respect while also challenging your own points of view.
And I think that what we need to do is to make this country, to take the local culture and make it national, as opposed to taking the national culture and making it local.
Reporting, Madeline McLean, KQ2 News.
The last convocation was in 2019 with John Meacham. Last year, the university canceled the speaker due to the pandemic. It was the first time that's happened since the mid-1990s.